Folks, landlords are now facing homelessness as tenants fall behind on rent during the federal eviction ban, and millions of Americans are waiting for Congress to pass another round of stimulus payments. The Biden administration has said that they are open to a fourth stimulus check, folks, and this is great news. But first, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends and family. On this channel, I always do my very best in providing you with the most up-to-date and reliable stimulus check news. So be sure to stay to the end of this video, folks. Some lawmakers are pushing for a fourth round of stimulus aid. Do you believe that we should get a fourth stimulus check, folks? Tell me in the comments below.
And we know Hurricane Ida had the potential to cause massive damage, and that's exactly what we saw. We already know there's been at least one confirmed death, and that number is likely to grow.
So far, the federal response to the economic crisis has delivered around $3,200 to each eligible adult and $1,200 under the CARES Act back in March 2020. But despite the financial assistance, millions of Americans remain in financial distress, and the spread of the crisis is creating new economic headwinds. A quarter of Americans struggled to pay their household expenses in the previous week, according to Census survey data from late July to early August. Nationwide, about 14.6 million people are currently receiving some form of jobless assistance.
Today is Social Security, perhaps the most important federal program in existence, a program of enormous consequence to the 59 million seniors, people with disabilities, and children.
The unemployment rate stands at 5.4%, still higher than its pre-crisis level of 3.5%. And while businesses are hiring, there are still about 6 million fewer people that are on payrolls today than before the crisis began. Folks, should the unemployment benefits be extended or should it be cut off? Tell me in the comments down below.
Well, first of all, let me thank all of the organizations, too many to name, who are here today representing tens of millions of workers, seniors, disabled vets who are saying loudly and clearly, we are not going to balance the budget on the backs of the elderly, disabled vets, the sick, the women, or the children. When one out of four major profitable corporations.
So folks, economists are signaling alarm over the spread of the crisis. And for many people, the latest round of $1,400 stimulus payments did not last long. And that's an issue that is on the minds of many Americans who continue to struggle with joblessness and a weak labor market. Indeed, more than 2.8 million people have signed the Change.org petition, started last year, that calls on lawmakers to pass legislation for recurring $2,000 monthly payments. Some lawmakers have picked up the idea. 21 senators, all Democrats in fact, have signed a letter to Biden in support of recurring stimulus payments, pointing out that the $1,400 being distributed by the IRS will not tide over people for long. And let's not forget this, folks. The letter from the US senators does not specify how large are the payments that they are seeking, but a separate effort from Democratic lawmakers in January pushed for $2,000 monthly stimulus checks until the crisis ends. Instead, the American Rescue Plan authorized $1,400 for each eligible adult and dependent. Some families received another form of stimulus aid on July 15th, when the IRS deposited the first of 6 monthly cash payments into bank accounts of parents who qualify for the CTC payments. Families on average received $423 in their first child tax credit payment. In addition, eligible families will receive up to $1,800 in cash through December, with the money parceled out in equal installments over the 6 months from July to December. The aid is due to the expanded child tax credit, which is part of President Biden's American Rescue Plan. Families who qualify will receive $300 per month, everybody, for each child under 6 and $250 for children between 6 and 17. Now, needy families will get a permanent boost to their food stamp benefits in October under an expansion of the program. The U.S. Department of Agriculture will increase benefits for about 42 million program participants by more than 25% after finishing a review that determined existing benefits are too low to pay for a healthy diet. Now, the increase kicks in on October 1st, when beneficiaries in what is officially known as the SNAP program will receive an average bump of about $36.24 per month. In the months leading up to the crisis, the average monthly benefit was hovering around $121 per person, and that soared in 2020 and 2021, as Congress passed spending measures meant to aid in the crisis recovery. Now those benefit expansions were temporary measures, but the increase announced is a permanent adjustment. And while benefits have increased along with inflation, the USDA said this adjustment represents the first expansion of its purchasing power since it was first introduced in 1975. The cost of those benefits will increase by nearly $20 billion to about $92.2 billion. Benefits will increase after a review of what the USDA calls the Thrifty Food Plan. Congress directed the review in its 2018 Farm Bill, and President Biden called for an expansion of benefits in an executive order signed shortly after taking office. Folks, the IRS has also issued more than 169 million payments in the third round of direct stimulus aid, with more than 2 million people in July receiving the $1,400 stimulus checks. But, folks, that's all the news in this video. If you guys found this video in any way useful or helpful, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends and family. As always, folks, I truly appreciate your amazing support. Until next time, have a great day.
We watched our president tell us that he would do nothing different. We heard him say that he's planned for every single scenario. Nowhere would I think the American government would plan to leave hundreds of thousands of Americans behind. What is the plan to get them out? It is very simple. This isn't a partisan issue. This isn't a Republican, Democrat, Green Party. Tomorrow on the floor, there'll be an opportunity. I've heard Democrats say they're frustrated with this president. This is your moment. This is your time to put America before politics. It's very simple. Sense of Congress. What is the administration's plan now that they made a decision to leave Americans behind to get them home? Give us a briefing on what weaponry did we leave behind. The reports are that Taliban now has more Black Hawk helicopters than Australia. Do not recognize the Taliban. Let's be very clear. ISIS-K, Al-Qaeda, and Taliban are all just fruit from the exact same tree. And no wad of cash delivered to the Taliban. I think that's what America expects from their elected officials. I think that's what America expects from this administration. That's simply what we're asking is going to come to the floor tomorrow. The question will be, for those Democratic members, are they going to stand behind the action of the decision to leave Americans behind? Because we will not.